Meanwhile, opposition leader Raila Odinga's call for a boycott on Monday has largely seemed to have been ignored. At a rally on Sunday, Odinga urged supporters to stay away from their posts to protest what he says are rigged elections. Most residents in Nairobi have returned to work, with some opposition supporters saying that Odinga was asking too much of them. However, in Kisumu, Odinga's hometown, many shops have remained closed with little activity on the streets. Motorcycle taxis are out and about, but many say the city appears to be waiting for Odinga to clarify the way forward.
I work in the informal sector, so I cannot just sit at home. If I do, then my children will be the ones to suffer. So I'm out here looking for what little I can get. But honestly, this town is on holiday. We want Raila to come and give us the good news that can help everyone in Kenya.
So after election, yes, we are back at work, but there is no money. But you are trying, even when Mr. Raila is saying people should not come to work, that is for your own good. Because when I sit in the house, they will not bring something for me to eat or to pay for my rent. So I must go out to hustle for myself and to pay rent so I can feed myself.
I hope they can agree with each other so that the little people can continue to make a living, so that we can have an opportunity to make a living. When they do not agree, it's the citizens that get hurt. Someone like me, I have to go out, I have to look for an income. There is nobody who can do that for me.
Well, let's get you more reaction on that now, both local and international. CGTN's Alexandria Majala joins us from Kisumu, the opposition stronghold, and Liling Tan is at the UN headquarters in New York. Alexandria, most parts of Kenya did not heed Raila Odinga's call to boycott work on Monday. How was the situation like in the opposition stronghold of Kisumu?
Thank you, Beatrice. Here the situation was pretty much the same. We saw the same patterns repeated across the country here. Ironically, the one place you would expect for a unanimous boycott on work actually did not take place. The people we did talk to expressed that they have the need to put food on the table, and that the whole week during which the elections took place and then were disputed had taken so much from them economically, and they could not afford the luxury of taking more time off. They did express that they still stand in solidarity with Raila, but they say they are waiting for direction, which means they are waiting for tomorrow's announcement. They said that for today, they had to go on about business as usual so they could be able to meet their obligations. Remember, schools are about to open on August 8th, or rather August 28th, and they feel they need to look for school fees and continue to pay their bills. Also, food prices and transportation prices have skyrocketed since there's a scarcity of open businesses and available transportation. So everybody's trying to make ends meet, and they could not afford to take this time off. Beatrice.
Right. Liling, to you as well. Kenya's opposition leader has asked the UN to investigate its election dispute claims. Has there been any response to this? And if not, how is the UN likely to respond?
Hey there, Beatrice. Well, I just spoke to the office of the Secretary General, and they tell me that they are aware that Odinga is seeking UN analysis of the election results, but they don't have an official response just yet. As I understand, they're waiting for further details from Odinga's request come Tuesday. However, the UN says it has been monitoring events very closely on the ground, and that over the weekend, the Secretary General did issue a statement in which he called on all parties, all political leaders, to exercise restraint, refrain from further violence, and also to take any disputes over the election results through the proper election-related legal channels. Beatrice?
Right. Alexandria, and what are the expectations there in Kisumu, though, ahead of the opposition's announcement of the next move on Tuesday?
I think everybody is eagerly waiting for Raila to speak, because since the election dispute took place, he has not come out and said this is the course of action, this is the way NASA is taking. And so all his supporters are waiting to hear, will he concede? Will he debate? Will he take this matter to court? So everybody is waiting to see what decision he takes. And then I feel like they will want to move as a unit after he makes this announcement. Now, as far as expectations go, I will have to say that the people I have talked to do not expect him to concede. but they do express if he does concede, they will give him his support, or rather they will give him their support and stand by him should he concede. However, they do not expect him to come up and say, I accept that this is what happened, or I accept that I lost these elections. So everybody's waiting. Expectations are probably for him to take the matter to court or maybe organize some sort of mass protests.
Right. Liling, there's been some protests already in Kenya in some of the opposition strongholds. Is the international community worried about matters escalating in Kenya, and how would the UN help to resolve the post-election dispute?
Well, yes, certainly the international community is very concerned about further escalation into the possibility of a more restive situation. Now, earlier I talked about the Secretary General's call for restraint. Well, that call for restraint echoes the similar calls from Western governments and from the European Union as well. Their concern is that if the situation does escalate and deteriorate further, it could fuel the kind of violence that we saw back in 2007, in the 2007 elections, in which post-election violence ended up killing about 1,200 people. Now, the priority right now for the UN and the international community, it seems, is to try to facilitate a successful conclusion of this electoral process. And the UN has said that it is working with the African Union as well as other bilateral and multilateral partners, and is also fully engaged with Kenya in order to facilitate that successful conclusion of the electoral process. And that, it seems, is the priority right now.
All right, Liling Tan joining us there from New York, and Alexandria Majala joining us from Kisumu. To you both, thank you.